This is something I have to react to, but not because it's an interesting case. Now, someone goes to jail, they have been an influencer, they go into South Korean jail, which is probably a good thing for them. You know, and that's what it's kind of supposed to be. But we'll see, right? We'll get a peek into the culture. He's gonna talk about it, right? Who knows? I will talk about optics. But I'm also gonna smear a little bit of shit on Mudahar's face because I just don't like the way he handles drama at all. The moment drama hits the floor, the moment we're talking about human beings, this guy's the biggest heartless fucking weirdo there is. Like, those are the optics I see. Alright, he really loves that law enforcement, and unfortunately, there's that factor. You're not as smart as you think. When dealing with government, you have to understand one simple thing. You know nothing about any government ever. Alright, knowing about the government is speaking alien language. That's impossible. Alright? I mean, lawyer can tell you basically, well, we know fucking nothing, basically. We have no idea what we're doing. Right? Every lawyer can tell you that. We have no idea what we're doing. I mean, we shouldn't even be doing this thing. The person whose case it is, who has to defend themselves, they just have to defend by themselves. Show a little bit of fucking skin, right? And usually it's much better than sending a lawyer to defend him. It's like, what's the point, right? Just show your character. If you have a really bad character, the whole thing gets flipped, obviously, right? So you have this like negativity principle in a court system. If it's a really bad character, someone else has to represent him. If it's a really good character, they have to stand on by themselves, right? Is that a principle or not? Have you heard of this? If you have not heard of this, we're fucked, because real life has principles. You know, and you have to extract those principles out of real life. And you will not get that out of the government, unfortunately. We all in this together. We're all against the government, by the way. We all hand-holding against the government. We all have to fight the government every fucking day, no matter how good the government is, because we can't fucking understand it. No one knows what it is. That's the problem, right? But, yeah, through influencers going to jail, I mean, they have to, like, keep pushing boundaries. Like, that's just what we have. That's what we have. We have each other, and some people dare to push boundaries, and we have to fucking congratulate them for going to jail for us. Alright? We disrespect foreign cultures. I mean, Vitaly did the same fucking thing. Congratulations. His case wasn't so fucking pretty, but he was an ugly person himself, so I hate streamers in general, so to me, that they're not even, like, compatible with me associating with them in any way. So if they go to jail, to me, I feel nothing. Alright, I might get a little bit of crumblet of information after they get out. Whatever they, share with the world. But this is more important, right? We're in this together. We have no idea how government operates. Anyone can fall through the cracks. We have to hold hands if we want to fucking survive, guys. I'm going to talk about optics. And how it's all over the world. Okay, and I'm not sure, again, based on the vibes, is it Lilac episode or is it Am I Jesus episode? Because it takes a Jesus to understand the government. All right, it takes one big Jesus to understand the government, as you can fucking tell, right? Like, no one understands the government because it takes an actually high-level spiritual person to pass through all the fucking gates to be able to crack the system open. Like, you just can't do it with a regular person. That's insane. You literally have to have Jesus to fucking shine a light on the government. That's how fucking crazy it is. You have to have, like, high-level spiritual beings, godlike people to fucking shine light on the government for you to fucking understand what it is. Those are high-level, like, moments and you of clarity that everyone has to pay attention to. But the optics are, like, a more shallow thing to talk about as well. Well, I mean, that's the newest thing, I guess, about the optics. Okay. No judgment. I mean, people want to look pretty, I guess. But NPCs will always take it to a whole nother level. And this trend is probably gonna last a very long time. Why? Well, something gotta last a very long time after capitalism burns to the ground. Alright? Because that's what's happening right now. Capitalism is literally fading away. It's a fleeting concept for NPCs. Because NPCs can't have it. They're burning down factories now. We can't have capitalism for little NPCs anymore. We have to change it to universal basic income or whatever. It's just not gonna... Like, it feels like an improvement, but it's just a step forward for NPCs. For everyone else, it is an improvement because we don't want apocalypse, right? We don't want apocalypse of NPCs going fucking crazy about something. But capitalism introduced a lot of optics. Alright, capitalism is just kind of defined by optics. Look how big of my house is. Wow. Wow. The optics, guys. I am rich now. And usually people who have a lot of things, have a lot of followers, usually the most recent optics is sub count. All right, this is our little invention, follower counts, right? This is the optics that people care about a lot nowadays. We used to have the ratio optics, okay, likes and dislikes, but since people are so fucking hateful, it's kind of useless, all right? It's just like, what's the point? We had it against YouTube Rewind, and even though YouTube Rewind is absolute dog shit, I showed up as well, you know? And my optics are terrible, guys. But I'm not saying that I'm a rich person. My optics are supposed to be pretty bad by default. Those are my default settings. I cannot actually give you like the greatest content of all time. I just want to make content. I can't give you like actually juicy content. So far, it's looking like people appreciate the memes. So I'm leaning towards that. And look at that. That's 800 views. That tops the charts right now. Technically telling me what I'm supposed to be doing with this channel. Right? Just kind of summarizing videos. People like that. But the real question then becomes, do I like it? Because those are the optics of like, well, I should be doing this, but do I like doing this? Is the real question. If I don't, I fall down one step lower. Can I do this type of content? Can I do this type of content? And so on, right? Because every piece is slightly different. It has its own little personality. I kind of appreciate that. And it's a guiding light of where to focus my energy when it comes to YouTube. When it comes to other people's optics, I mean, they're just assholes at some point. At some point, you're being an asshole because you become a attention hogger. All right. And in school, optics is very important for all the bullies. Right? It's bullies who, in my case, they literally hijack social status, right? The way they bully you is not directly attacking you because that's not good for their optics. All right? Everyone understands what bullying is. So instead of bullying my guy, the biggest fucking shithead in my class, is just basically nagging all the women, right? Trying to wiggle himself into the women's lives, basically. And because women tend to, like, clump together, they clump into little defense groups, I would say. Someone wiggling themselves in is a little fucking weird. Little weasel bully. So after they weasel themselves in, they can, like, fucking muddy the optics of me. My optics, right? Of, like, how am I perceived as a person? They start fucking muddying, basically, everything. And I've seen it through Facebook, you know, I obviously, like, share some radical ideas of, like, hating women or something, right? And I get fucking jumped, basically. And it's like, sure, jump. I mean, it's your fault anyways. Take the blame. The reality is, like, no one actually knows, and if people just gonna settle on the optics, on the optical level, you're gonna be fooled 90% of the time. You're just gonna be fooled. Like, even if you see some information, some piece of information, even like we fucking yapping about flat earth and stuff. So the optics is like, well, that person is stupid. Are you sure? I just have a very big question of, like, why the optics of sun and moon is that they're the same size, but scientifically they're, you know, very different. I mean, it literally symbolizes creation when something fucking fits the other thing, right? Your genitals fit another thing. Who would have thought, right? It signals that it's meant for each other, right? So if you don't actually even read the optics, and you're just like, well, that's the truth, you're going to be missing out on ability to perceive the world this way, right? Your optics have to improve based on your open-mindedness, not your closed-mindedness. Your optics will just close, and people will just be able to put something in front of you, and you're just going to believe it. You know, you're going to be easily manipulated. And those kind of people, I don't care to interact with them, okay? Because they're just going to be like, well, you have been sentenced for 13 months in mental facilities, so you must be bad. Right? Everyone's just gonna fucking jump the wagon of bad optics. Despite being themselves absolutely shallow, right? I mean, that's a fucking... Can I escape this, please? Can I escape this? Why did Americans hijack a concept? What is this? Bro, she's not even pretty anymore. I mean, this was never pretty. Oh my god. Well, you guys, the Americans, you fucking did it. You hijacked the fucking search term. Congratulations. I have to fucking now untangle Google from this shit. Someone at least has to raise their hand and say, well, I like this movie, because, like, otherwise it's completely useless. But the idea is women and men want good optics. They want good first impression, first of all, but the optics don't stop there. Like, the optics, the idea of people's perception of each other is like, holy shit, it's a whole rabbit hole, basically. First of all, I have to remind you why I was in a mental facility. And to be honest, I don't understand the government. You don't understand the government. Why would I fucking understand if mental facility was the right choice for me, right? I did some stupid shit in the past, and people just, accept that people don't change. But I used to think that accidents that have barely anything to do with mental illness would be treated with jail time. But, the moment you start being treated as a mentally ill person, they can't stop. And so basically the optics, the first time optics hit me, I mean, they just fucking settle on that shit, because that's like the easy thing to do, right? It's easy to convince everyone of like, well, it is what it is. Now, when the problem arises of some kind, if you actually hurt a person that's like really valuable to your country, for example, the optics is that your country, the entire country goes to shit, starts stinking ass. If I become a big person, I immediately stink my entire country until it potentially rots in hell. All right? I don't necessarily hate my country that badly, but there's always a chance, that I will have to dislocate my country and just rot my entire culture and just do whatever fucking takes based on what they have done to me, right? I might have to go to war. I definitely don't feel guilty, as you can tell, to the level of punishment received, when they can't even fucking muster to say that, yes, it is punishment. It is what it is. All right. It wasn't even a punishment, guys. Don't worry about it. That's what they said. It was, medical attention. I just needed help, apparently. And again, I, never understand the government. Don't even bother understanding the government. It's the hardest thing to do. It's the hardest thing to understand authorities, because they always have their own little fucking quirks. And they have little fucking corruptions going on. They have, fascism going on when they all collude with each other, and you just, you're basically fighting all of them at once. You don't know who to trust. You sit in court, and you just I don't have anyone to trust. I can't trust my lawyer because I'm a good person. I cannot trust some fucking random person sitting there because they're just fucking random person. They're not my friend. I've never seen them before. So you don't know nobody's intentions. I don't like my doctor because my doctor doesn't fucking talk to me nice. And I don't like the fucking judge because judge is, first of all, a fucking woman. And judge quickly shot me down with this, no, it's not a punishment. And I'm like, okay, I guess I shut up now. I guess I shut up. I guess I'm just wrong. Yep. So, yes, I had to go through this process. More information maybe you can dig out of this video. But that is the long story short of, what, muddying my optics? I can't do anything. It's the system that does everything onto me, right? They prescribe the punishment. I can't fucking wiggle myself out. I couldn't even go to court because I didn't get a fucking invitation, bro. So I don't even know, like, in the case of insanity, can you go to court? Should you not go to court? Like, what the fuck are you supposed to do? No one's gonna fucking tell you properly, and to muddy their optics, they don't give you a way out. They have their terms, they have their fucking work schedule, basically, and they like to do it very chill, you know? It's just like every half a year, every 6 months, they're gonna check up on you. If they feel like if they feel like I mean, you're just gonna fucking have to sit there and learn some more shit. Now, again, jails can sometimes be a very good educational, social experience. It's all good stuff, so I don't actually complain. I even got financially, you know, stabilized. Look at me. Look at me, guys. Stable human being now. All right? So I don't want to raise my voice too much when it comes to anything, because if I wasn't financially stable, I wouldn't have any esteem, right? But capitalism fucking kills smart people. So I think I have the right to, you know, stand for myself. All right? What do I mean by capitalism kills smart people? You don't know? You haven't noticed? You haven't noticed, guys? You haven't noticed? Like, I'm literally talking about optics. And the easiest thing, the easiest, highest level amount of damage you can do to society is create bad optics to smart people. Smart people is something you're supposed to be listening to, not trashing them, basically. But, you know, when people don't want to listen to smart people, they're just like, that guy is crazy. And that's it. And just, you move on, basically. Well, that guy's crazy. He's canceled. We have to not listen to him. He said, like, some crazy shit afterward. After all, he believes in this, and that. And he's racist. Am I right? And he's a racist. So he has terrible optics. Don't listen to that guy. Okay, listen to me. Those are the propaganda tactics, my friends. And they attack smart people first and foremost. They see it as a fucking easy target. Optics is literally a war zone right now. Public perception is a fucking war zone, and it's happening with NPCs as well. We're all in this together. We're all in this with celebrities and NPCs together. We all talk about optics. We all talk and behave optics, boys. And if you don't fucking master that shit, I'm sorry, dude. I need to order whatever the Pope is wearing. I need to order that shit. All right, can I get this clothing, please? Something like that. I deserve it. I deserve to improve my optics a little bit, you know? No one's gonna believe that I'm a holy person, that I'm a spiritual person. But it's a good place to start, right? Obviously, in summertime, don't fucking do this, all right, Pope? Don't do this, Pope. It's summer. Don't wear this shit in summertime. Are you crazy? Vatican is actually even lower, closer to the equator. How the fuck can you wear this shit, man, in summertime? What do they even do in summertime? Besides sweating, like old people sweating is just not something you want to hear in your ears, you know? Let alone actually experience it, so I don't know. But I need some clothing like this, man. I need a clothing line like this to actually send proper optics to people. That's all. That's usually where it starts and ends, okay? Besides, you know, the other thing, where you bump into other people and you have to actually defend your optics to some extent, right? You have to justify it. You just have to justify it. You don't actually have to build on top of it anything. You just have to justify that this is very important. Whether you're playing some fucking bullshit role, making a social experiment, whatever it takes, the whole thing has to be meaningful, right? You're trying to send a message to someone. It has to be meaningful. Then people will just be like, yeah, sure. Because at first, like, the optic is like, well, everyone is a crazy person, but, well, he's wearing something, so at least he's crazy for everyone, not just me. I don't have to scream and point a finger at this crazy person. So usually the narcissists, they just kind of back off, you know. It's like, well, shit, he's actually pretty brave for wearing something. So yeah, this is something you have to consider. It's also a self-improvement type of thing, but it's more healing side. Okay, this is the healing series, and we're generating healing topics. And oh, what's that? What the fuck is that? Why is it an anagram of topics? You motherfuckers. People, especially smart people, they like operating on individual basis. They like to be independent. It's pretty difficult to be independent and alone, by the way. It's fucking hard difficulty. I mean, maybe my life right now is the hardest difficulty you can possibly have. Maybe we have reached the fucking limits of humanity's difficulty level, you know, because every single time, like, humanity progresses forward, the difficulties increases slightly of what is possible. The only thing diminishing the difficulty is obviously the tools. And you look back into the past, well, it was very difficult to be a slave. Well, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, it was very complicated to be a slave, sure. You know, it's very difficult to actually find complexity in life. If you actually seek meaning and self-improvement, maybe it was hard to be a slave back in the day. But the funny thing is about optics, it's not about history, boys. It's not racism is not a history lesson. It's just to kind of smear someone's image because something about race. Okay, and white people love doing that a lot for some reason to each other. But, oh well. Oh well. I haven't cracked why white people in particular are, you know, the fighters of racism, basically. What's up with that? But, I mean, I care a little bit. I just don't know how close I am yet to figuring it out. Anyways, what is perceived as a nice car, by the way, right? Everyone wants to be rich to improve their optics. And you would be like, no, people want to be rich so they don't have to worry about things. Then what the fuck is this? What is this anymore? Right? People are still buying toys, basically, and improving their optics. And they do it on social media a lot, to be honest. And they call it content. Okay, that's today's content. It's just people buying rich things. They're just being rich, and they're just buying things, and that's the content. At least, well, or unspeakable, I guess. But Mr. Beast does the same fucking thing. Alright? Just buy a lot of shit, man. The funny thing is, it's not a bad idea. And, this is where optics get very interesting. First of all, again, I'm terrible at optics. As a smart person, a lot of things exist in my fucking brain and nowhere else, to be honest. But And I would love to talk to people, love to share information with them, but it's just like capitalism. They're busy buying and working, buying and working, buying and working, buying and working, and consuming this and that video and that video and this video sometimes gets consumed. And it's like, wow. What was the point of consuming this video again? Tell me in the comments. Anyways, the optics. You buy a fucking toy because it looks good and it feels good to receive gifts and all that shit, and everything is colorful and magical and exploration time, basically, until you obviously grow out of all the toys. It didn't happen, didn't it? It's very difficult to grow out of games in particular, because game is like cutting edge type of thing, and we all wear in this together, but not anymore. Like, waiting for GTA 6 is fucking ass. Alright? I don't want to be a part of that group anymore. That group of people who are just waiting for games to be released. But I literally am. Like, you know, I experienced Skyrim, now I'm waiting for the next thing. Fuck. I hate it. It has nothing to do with optics, though. Because the optics is about the toys, the fucking little gadgets. As a child, you wanted all of that shit. It looked so cool. Visually, you would be able to, like, touch it. Visualize it so fucking vividly of, like, I want that thing, and you cry in the store. Like, give me that thing, Mom. Give it to me. You don't actually have perception of how money works, but you have the optics for that toy. You have been mesmerized. They got you, basically. And holy shit, there's a whole childhood chapter of, like, dealing with toys, right? Of how we go outside, we play with figurines, all that shit. And apparently it was locked behind the topic of optics. Okay? Because I spent a lot of time with my friends, right? We had toys. We exchanged, like, cards and stuff. I liked card games, personally. I liked just the optic version of optics, okay? Which is the best fucking thing. I mean, as funny as it sounds, it's, like, the coolest thing. Optic version of optics is anime, is cartoons, but it's also something tangible in your hand, something collectible, right? Every anime should technically have their card game behind it, and please hire me if you want me to design your card game. I have a lot of ideas that I want to inject and test out, you know, in real world scenarios. So if you have an anime, if you a CEO of anime of some kind that's popular across the world, obviously, a lot of you are, obviously, you can hire me, all right? You can just snatch me real quick. I'm a design a card game for you. No big deal. Because I lived through this shit, and obviously Yu-Gi-Oh! Was actually terrible card game. It was a horrible card design. But, you know, well, we just picked it up. It's like, well, it's cool, though. It looks cool. Alright, it seems like it's coherent enough. Right? It's not overwhelming. And you go to your fucking English teacher to translate the card. Here's this card to translate. Here's that. And she probably would just be very pissed. But whatever. Translate a card already. Okay? You're my translator, English teacher. We didn't have those back in the day. Alright, it was fucking tough, man, translating things back in the day. I feel like you had to translate like one word at a time as well. Like, it was crazy. So another thing of optics during capitalism is how quickly things move. You don't even fucking notice how things move zoomingly, bro. Forwards. Throughout history, like, it's very difficult to move fast. But capitalism makes it move fast. Why? Because, the goods and services move very fast, right? And if they constantly change and update and invent new things, and we get like a flood of stuff, basically, to worry about. And usually it's like half-assed stuff hits the shores, right? We don't actually get quality things yet. But capitalism kind of establishes like the basis of what we can grow. Like it gives us all the options, right? It's very, very close to the word optics. Options, right? Looks like they're so related. And somehow I can't connect in my brain. Why is it related? Options and optics? Well, for optics, you can dress how you want, you can buy what you want. You have infinite options to build your optics, to build your perception. Right? If you're that guy who has Yu-Gi-Oh cards in school, well, optics fucking change, don't they? And people actually, the guys, they would play with me, bro. They would care about this shit. This was awesome, man. This gave me a lot of friends, man. Or at least, friendship moments. Like, it fucking wedged me into the most memorable friendship moments out of school life. I mean, that was fucking awesome. So thank you, Yu-Gi-Oh! You fucking did it. You fucking did it. We were passionate about card games. You did it. You nailed it. I don't know. All I want you to notice is that optics is like the broadest topic, maybe even bigger than capitalism itself. I don't know, man. Perception is not reputation, by the way. Not the same thing. Perception is what happens when a person sees you, right? How they build their first impression and so on. Do they see the good parts of who you are first? Or do they see the bad parts first? This is where, like, the word shy comes to play. Because people are going to see the bad parts first. And there's no reason to fucking inflate your self-esteem. The people just noticing your bad parts. And there's just like, maybe they have terrible optic skills, or you're just terrible at it in the first place, right? People like NPCs, like they fucking care about this shit a lot. They care about this shit. To me, it's fucking hard to shower often. Fucking I walk around my town with greasy long hair, by the way. And I don't care that much, okay? I don't care to have bad optics. It's like, whatever. At this point, I'm just gonna get used to it. I'll get used to it being on fire, being fucking somewhat socially depressed. But that shouldn't warrant me being completely isolated and alone. That's too much. For society to do that, that's a little bit too much. And we pushed some fucking boundaries here, guys. That's why I say, like, my life is an absolute nightmare when it comes to level of difficulty now. But that's why you don't get to live my life. You get to enjoy your fucking life. You don't have to worry about my life, but you have to portray me in a, higher esteem. So my pronouns is spiritually woke, okay? I am godlike. My pronouns, I'm godlike. All right. Again, pronouns, what does that mean? Pronouns is trying to, like, build optics, but nobody knows how to fucking do it correctly, so they just adopted some template, basically, right? And people joke about this because they don't actually respect it, but it has something to offer, it looks like. It's somehow meaningful, it's somehow established itself, like, people like saying, my pronouns are, Bah. Bah. My pronouns are I'm Batman. So pronounce me as Batman, please. Call me by my name, boy. Fuck yeah, man. Fuck yeah. And it's cool, man. You just buy that Batman figurine and you're so happy. You improve the optics of your room sometimes by just buying colorful things. By the way, I talked about Tech Blade episode of going neon, right? And there's an optics problem to be solved in a lot of capitalistic items. Turn off your tablet. Now turn off your lights. Now trying to find the tablet. All right? Just spin around the room, place tablets in a random location, and try to find it. Good luck. You know, fucking a piece of darkness. I mean, that the first thing people would notice if you went back in time of like, what the fuck is you holding a piece of darkness? Are you fucking crazy? What is this piece of darkness? And you just turn it on. It's like, what the hell? It fixed itself. But I literally was sitting on it because I didn't know where the fucking tablet is, so I just fucking sit on it. It's like, well, you didn't identify yourself, so my ass found you first. And now my tablet is kind of half broken, to be honest. I have to replace it because I sat on it. And it's just like, this sort of stuff is so frustrating, man. You just can't find anything during capitalism. I bought something else for the tablet. I mean, there's like a holder, right? That shit's black too. Everything in capitalism is black. All right? Including black people. I mean, including talks about racism. It's all about black. Well, that guy's black, so it must mean bad optics, right? Yeah, that's the whole fucking point. That is bad optics. Black people have to suffer from bad optics, man. Of course. Because it's hard to see them in the first place. But yeah, so I bought some neon stuff, so now I can actually see some dark stuff in my room. You know, low visibility makes black things disappear, but you put some neon on them and fixed. So every black person is mandated to wear neon glasses, okay? Or a neon shirt. So I can see them. Maybe there's one in my room that's not following the new rules. You heard me. You heard me wherever you are. My room is pretty dark, so he could be hiding somewhere. Anyways, jokes aside, it's not a comedy special after all. People are obsessed. We have to make that conclusion now. People are obsessed at looking good. And the funny thing is, I mean, I can't escape that paradigm of like, if they look good, man, I'm just going to be attracted to that. Everyone's going to be attracted. This is just unavoidable gravity. You want to be next to pretty people. But the funny thing is about capitalism, we all agreed to look good, don't talk. All right? Everyone wants to look good in the moment right now. All right? They might not care about their reputation and helping others, but they want to look good all by themselves, individually. And we sort of like build that culture for them. We'll have to tear it down. We'll lose this part of the culture, guys. People will stop looking good. They probably will stop wearing makeup, by the way. Right? You'll have to, see some goddamn ugly faces. Holy shit. What is this homeless person? And why do they have a home? What is wrong with her? Start from the bottom up. Fucking Nepo baby has a home. Homeless person has a home. People remove makeup And all of a sudden, their optics fucking plummet into nothingness, basically. Like, what the fuck is that thing? Pisses me off, man. It pisses me off. This can't be happening. Like, to a smart person, like, my brain can't function. Of, like, they need it. They actually need it to survive capitalism. I can't believe it. You know, I can't comprehend that. Thank God I'm a fucking man. I don't have to wear that shit on my face. That would be insane. Oh my God. But I would get a lot of Tinder requests on Tinder as a woman. That would be fun. Rejecting that person and that person would be so... It's fun for women, guys. As long as they wear makeup. If they don't, then capitalism sucks for them. To wear makeup is to sell yourself every fucking day of the week, basically. Alright? Every day you are selling your image of who you are not. You are pushing optics to a certain extent where people accept you so much more. Right? And no matter what kind of stupid shit you're talking about, of like, look at that person. She looks so fucking attractive. Wow. Fuck. If I talk about Pokemon, I have to talk about Elephant in the Room improving her optics to the point of just like fucking blinding lights. Alright, I feel like blinding lights was actually inspired by cosplayers invading the social media. I think the most popular song of all time was inspired by cosplayers. Those motherfuckers have blinding lights. They wear that shit. Alright? And Emory is now a danger to society. Has to be jailed. In my room, okay? My room. I will I will sponsor my room as a jail cell for a woman of your choice. As long as she wears makeup and cosplays. Thank you very much. The optics are fucking killing me of like, I want to know. I want to unwrap the candy. I want to have it. Please, yeah, I beg you, help me. Help me get one of those, man. One of those good-looking things. Damn. And then Stefan Molyneux is gonna fucking show up and be like, well, if you want a 9 or a 10, you are a 9 or a 10. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. You make me feel bad, dude. What the hell is going on? No, I'll take whatever, okay? I'll take whatever, Stefan. Don't worry about me. I'll take whoever and whatever. Well, we're gonna make her a 9 and a 10. Alright? We're gonna fucking transform that person. But I need someone right now. Alright, so shut the fuck up. It's not about equal optics as the greatest virtue of all time. Yes, it matters a lot. It matters a lot, but damn. Let's stop fooling each other and pretending that that's virtuous, right? Because, well, the funny thing is, almost everyone can do it. Almost everyone can fool each other, right? If they so choose. So, like, what do? Do you run a vanity project on your social media where you just dress up different clothing and just dance around? Well, they chose to do it. Because that's what capitalism evolved into, boys. Okay? That's the generation capitalism, boys. I had to grow up as a smart person, get tortured by generation capitalism. I survived, guys. You should be cheering right now. It's not over. Something's burning. Okay, I'll shut up. I will shut up, guys. Paper? Paper factories burning. Very appropriate. But also makes me feel sad watching The Office, you know? Because their future is that they just burn. They burn to the ground, this paper factory business. Damn. Or maybe they get more jobs. I don't know. When it comes to optics, we have movies. We have fucking thousands and thousands of movies. Some people live in I live in optics, okay? I live on a fucking computer screen, okay? That's all I do. Just one screen to the other. Optics for me, thank you. My eyes kind of stank right now. My eyes don't see very well because of all this fucking optics shit that I have to go through. It's like a drug, basically. It's like copium for me. The funny thing is, AI is coming to play, and it's trying to take over the internet, and it's trying to kill all the optics, so we'll have to do something else for a change. Very likely, we're not even gonna have technology anymore. AI will just kill the technology, not actually enhance it. It's very possible. You know, it's like, well, AI found all the exploits, so we can't have technology anymore because all technology can be exploited. The end. Right? Like, fuck my life. Are you kidding me? All technology can be exploited. Goodbye. Say goodbye to your technology. Bring back the Tamagotchi. Alright, for yourself. Have a nice day. We'll have to restart the progress based on technology that cannot be screwed over by AI. Who knows? Who knows? It could be set back, you know? Maybe all of this human progress that we have been doing was just optics. You know, it just looked good, but it didn't actually work. None of it worked. Imagine that. That's crazy, right? But that's very possible. A lot of the human inventions are fucking new, and we still don't know their impacts, right? We're just trying to catch some of the fucking fools who will still break old rules, but we have to have new rules now, and we need them fast. To the point where everyone is crying because they have to identify themselves to the internet. And that's just the first rule of fucking thousands of rules that you will have to follow to even have internet in the first place. And that's okay, guys. That is okay. We live in optics anyways. What the fuck's the point anyways, right? We live the optics life. Everything looks good but doesn't function. Regardless, whether we have it or not. If a nice car malfunctions even a little bit, you're still dead. Okay? Tree still kills you. The optics didn't fucking give you durability to your vehicle. Okay? It actually taken a little bit of that away for your stupid fucking vanity. Right? You have sacrificed some survival points, which at some point, you are being satanic when you do this. You really want to stand out. And if you're standing out for vanity's sake, you're being satanic. Optics for vanity is satanic behavior. Alright? And if you keep going that way, you're gonna overshoot in terms of your popularity. Or you're gonna become, a Satan worshiper somehow. Right? They're not gonna give a fuck. But, yeah. Some people who are like A-listed celebrities, they're very dangerous for their satanic behavior, and that has to be shut down. It's a fucking PSA I have to talk about. I'll catch them. You have to subscribe to Rocket Ship. I think it's like Rocky Shit series that catches them, but I'm not sure. I'll look at that. There's another optics when it comes to YouTube is searchability. So Eurovision 2026 is a term. Alright? Search term. If you don't have that, no one's gonna find your videos. You can actually hit that by accident, and most of the time it's just a happy accident. Alright? This one in particular stands out from the rest. Why? I have no idea why. Maybe no one fucking talks about Fauja, basically. But she's very popular because she's very talented. Right? People are very interested in what the fuck is this person. And no one's talking about her. And I talked about it, and bam, slam. I got myself in there. So optics, there's the aspect of capitalism of trying to find things, right? And people fucking scribble with their keyboards trying to find things on the internet, right? With AI, everything changes. Capitalism gets washed away, and AI tells you exactly what you need to know, right? It leads you towards where you have to go no matter where you start. You have a general direction and you find whatever you're looking for. But with capitalism, you have to be precise, you have to be coherent, you have to be generally truthful so a lot of people can understand what you're talking about and they can believe it. So yeah, that's it. And then you have vibes as well on top of everything. You try to vibe every single experience you get through optics, through your screens. I'm trying to react to as many things as possible that's actually meaningful on the internet. Because the possibilities are endless, so I want the most meaningful stuff, okay? The most valuable stuff. So my content becomes sort of endless. I mean, I can see evergreen. Until I eat it, right? I plant my seeds, I eat it 10 years later, whatever. Yeah, nowadays, the biggest thing about optics is big number. My big number is not either of these, necessarily. Uploaded videos is technically the most important, biggest number. Then I have multitude of channels. So the video count goes to like 2,500 or something. And I'm a little bit more proud of how many people I banned instead of how many people subscribed to me. How many people got a permanent shut the fuck up, clicked on them basically, because they're stupid. But they don't understand that. They don't perceive themselves. Optics is kind of like a one-way street. When it comes to like ideas and thoughts, people think they're the smartest in the world because everyone sees them that way, but you cannot see thoughts. You can only understand them and extract information from them. And if that information is fucking pile of sludge, a person probably should be banned and learn their fucking lesson. The world is very not interesting, okay? Your optics should improve and just lets you know that a lot of things are just very fucking boring and inaccessible even. Inaccessible. In capitalism, you literally have to find things exactly how you want it, those things. And a lot of times you have to nerf your own wishes, basically. If you rub the capitalism as a genie, first of all, ask you for fucking money or credit card, all right? Metaphor is like the craziest optics that I want to like master because that's the most meaningful optics, right? Of all the roles that the universe have invented. So you rub this motherfucker, he'd tell you 3 wishes, but you know, you have to pay with cash or credit card. And then he gives you a fucking list of things you can wish for, basically. Basically a catalog of things you can buy. To rub a genie out of your lamp, you have to basically call a person who's capable of navigating you through the fucking list of wishes, basically. But in the end of the day, you're just gonna buy something that looks good that doesn't fucking do anything. Wow, that's funny. Why they called it genie, it's so funny. Because it like extends out of something. So cool, huh? Yeah, I forgot to mention this, the optics of intimidation. But yeah, you can buy anything. Like if you can buy a fucking prostitute, technically you can be with a person and maybe have a good time. I still have no idea about that shit, but oh well. Actually, I do know. Here's a movie that I've seen that made me cry so fucking bad that I have to, desperately talk about it. Why did it make me cry? Because there's another side of capitalism. It tells you side quests are more meaningful than main quest under capitalism. Very, very often, because there's more side quests, and you get to choose which one to do, right? You're the one prescribing meaning to things. You're the one who sees value in things in the first place. And by the way, this was just simply recommended on front page of Disney Plus. I'm like, yep, that looks good. I like this actor, you know? And the funny thing is about, like, liking actors, you can never go fucking wrong, man. Like, you relate to a person that you like. Yes, this guy is from The Mummy, basically. But we got the craziest movie ever. That made me cry really bad. I want a refund. Okay? We don't do that for free around here. My optics were, you know, turned into mushy, watery clouds, unfortunately. Because the most beautiful thing about capitalism is, again, the main quest is hire a prostitute, have sex time, right? The side quest is to talk to the prostitute of how she feels and how is her life. That's the side quest. That's the emotional part. That's the more meaningful thing, right? The main quest of you buy something don't matter as much as achieving goals while you do it. Talking to people while you do that thing. Interaction. And just treating people with respect even though they're currently working. They're currently busy. You know, with a lot of things like school. Wow, you're busy going to school, so I will stalk you because I've seen you before, said the guy. Yeah. Everyone's busy, guys. Well, it looks like my time has come to an end. We have learned yet another incredibly meaningful word to its fullest extent. Something that you will be able to use to, like, untangle a lot of the traps that people lay. Because if something is just optics, then you still know to stay away from that thing. A person can look pretty and rob you of your items. A person can look rich and enslave you, you know? Oh, oops. Every fucking CEO ever. The optics don't tell the full story, but, however, sometimes you'll be able to get a lot of information from the first impressions regardless, right? If you truly master optics and perception and you're not a judgmental person, you do get to tap into, like, the spiritual level optics, because that should still exist and that shit is still operating right now. Spiritual level optics is symbolism and additional clues, like facial expressions, what people like to do as a hobby. Like, you can piece all this stuff together. You can quickly piece together how good is a game that you're playing, right? You want to judge things so you're not wasting time on something that is not actually good. It doesn't go anywhere. Definitely my optics adventure is not over yet. But it's so important to acknowledge that, like, living under capitalism, we lived optical lives. We looked at each other, and this is the thing that, like, matters the most. When you're looking at something, it matters. So when a girl sits next to you and says, "Do you respect me?" Maybe it's just time to kiss that girl, you know? I missed that opportunity. Just kiss the girl, okay? If she had nice optics, like, just reward her with respect. Like, yep.